Hola, mi gente. It's your girl here eating mangoes. A thought has come across my mind and I gotta talk about it. I'm gonna get straight to it. Are you annoyed at your parents? Is there a parent getting on your nerves? Are you quick to have an attitude? Let's talk about it. This just hit my mind right now. And let me tell you something. The first thought that came to my mind right now is I've experienced what it is to be a young lady in this earth. Definitely not being raised properly. However, my parents did their best, right? You can't fault them for what you was given. They probably didn't know any better. Don't be angry at them. Whatever you do, don't be angry at them. Because let me tell you something. The type of energy that you waste being angry at your parents, that right there alone will definitely be a boomerang in your life. It's like the more anger you have, you don't grow. You're not going to grow. And I understand. And that's why I can speak on this topic. Because in the position that I'm in right now, although I have come across situations where I agree with you. You know, you get annoyed. But that speaks about you as an individual. As to what that parent is doing towards you that's annoying you. People are going to be people. Yes, you're allowed to be you too. But I'm going to give you a little jewel. Give you a little key on the situation. Relax. Because the epiphany and the moment that I just had right now, and you know what? I'm okay with saying maybe this message is just for me. However, I'm sharing this because I know I'm not the only one that's going through this. I speak to countless people where their parents, yeah, they cringe for having to deal with their parents sometimes. And I've had to talk people out of allowing their parents to get under their skin because I can understand. I totally get it. I understand. They're not raised in the time of today. They were raised years ago and times were different. Even if you are younger than me and you have a parent that's younger than my parents, it's still the same. They did the best with what they had. And the part that we, as their children, don't seem to remember is that, guess what, guys? They're still here. Right? Think about that for a second. They are still here. Excuse me. Enjoy them while they are. Because you would probably be the first one to cry and be very emotional and feel it deep down inside if they were no longer here. Okay, yeah, right now, if I'm speaking to you and you completely angry, you like, you know, whatever. I too would have probably said that in the past. Did I? No, I didn't. But the amount of energy that you spend on really being angry at them is a waste of time. Because anything stressful to you is no good. Appreciate that they're here. Sometimes they too just need a hug. Nobody, who's hugging them? When after they became the woman and the man of the family. Think about that for a second. Their parents are probably not here. And that was the day when they had to step up in their life. Excuse me, I keep on. They had to step up in their life. And they had to become the woman and the man of their family. And I'm not talking about just the kids that they had. I'm talking about the family. Like, they had to step it up. And it takes a lot to step up. Are you ready to do that? Think about that for a second. Especially for those who have a comment on, man, they could go. I wouldn't care. I'm heartless. I don't feel it. First of all, for me, cancel, cut, delete, because I'm not feeling that. I don't feel that way about my parents. I love my parents immensely. You understand? No, I didn't have it. All that. So what I did was, I turned into who I am today and made it happen for myself. I did what I had to do for myself, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be dependent on everybody for the rest of your life, or anyone for that matter for the rest of your life. Even if you're in a husband and wife situation, you gotta learn how to be independent to some extent. Yes, it's beautiful to be dependent and have a family that you can create a community, a tribe with. That is awesome. That's gold. That's gold. You understand? But for those who really feel like being alone is the best bet because they don't have to entertain with nobody, I was there too. I understand that thought. Yes, actually being alone is awesome. I love to be alone. However, I do love building my tribe. I do love being in community. I do love being with my family. You understand? Whoever that may be, whoever I choose to be around, whoever connects with me, because not everybody connects with you. And I understand that. I get it. I got you guys. Trust me, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to talk about it. Because it's time to talk about it. Self-love, self-first. Especially when you looking out here in this world and you like, yo, things need to change. I ain't with all of this. There's a lot going on. These people doing too much. You doing too much too. Especially if you feel that your thoughts of not caring about your parents and wishing that they go and they don't need to be in your life because they're pain in the asses and all that X, Y, and Z, A through Z. I get it. But are you ready to take the baton if they were to drop right now? Think about that for a second. Because they come from a place of purity to some extent. Some parents are definitely narcissists. They got narcissistic traits, and I'm not taking up for them. I am actually, on the contrary, I'm not taking up for them, but I'm trying to get you to think on a better, on another level. Change your perspective, or let's cleanse this perspective when it comes to our parents, for those who haven't really had it all that well. God put it in my favor and put it on my heart for me to be able to speak on these matters. I don't mean to come out here, and sometimes when I turn off my video, I'm like, am I being negative? No, I'm not being negative. I'm actually trying to speak to those who live in such a fucked up situation, that I'm just trying to bring some light to you, because I get it. I get it. Now, shout out to those who don't have no issues with their families, and they have no issues with their parents, and they've been raised, or they love their parents, or they weren't raised and they still love their parents. Shout out to you. Toot. You understand? Because I'm a part of that community as well. I've learned. You know? So it was real heavy on my mind just now. Like, the question again is, are you ready to take the baton if they weren't here? Because remember, like I've said before, when was the last time somebody hugged them after they took ownership? Because remember, they come from that era that a lot of you guys are not even ready to step up, let alone live in the wilderness if you need to. What if this whole entire world were just supposed to collapse and there was nothing but trees and grass? would you be able to survive? I know your parents would. They know how to get food. They know how to build shelter. They would know how to do everything and still live and be happy and smile, because they come from that hustle of knowing how to. You understand? So my point in saying this is, are you ready to take the baton? And I'm not trying to make you feel bad either. You understand? That's not what I'm here for. I'm ready. I'm here to help you think differently. Let it go. Let all that stress and that tension about your parents this and your parents that, let it go. Let it go. Change that energy and start pouring it into you. Forget about everybody else. How about that? Including your parents. Don't worry about them. They're good. They know how to survive even when someone treats them wrong. Trust and believe that. They've been there, done that. So, I'm sprinkling some light. I'm shining the light y'all way because I want y'all to think better. I speak to a lot of folks who have issues with their parents. Men and women, young and older. I get it. I totally get it. But this video is for us. It's for you to really just think about what I'm telling you. Let it go and put that energy into you. And when you stop caring so much and stop holding on so much to the emotions and the connection, emotional attachments to everything that has happened to you, everything that's going on in your past, everything that has you up to your wits of top negative emotion, when you let that go, then you'll start living. That's like a little, being in a dark room when you see the light. Yeah, that's you. Open up your eyes. It's time to see the light. Let that light shine in. You trying to die young? You trying to die before your parents? Because the way I've been listening to a lot of these issues out here, oh goodness. Blessings. All's all I'm gotta say. Blessings. And I don't expect for you guys to be perfect in this. I do command that you learn. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, and let it go now. Slowly but surely, little by little, trust and believe the process, you will get out of the situation. And you will be able to better have, what is it called? It's a better feeling. It's like one of those unspeakable situations where you will be doing things better for yourself once you let what you have, that animosity that you have towards your parents, when you let that go, you'll better be able to deal with yourself a lot better. There's a lot of tight asses out here. You understand? There's a lot of people out here, they need to cleanse their aura. I definitely know all about that. I just don't put my business out there. However, yeah. And when I mean that, I mean talking about like healing, practicing healing, energy healing. That's what I mean by that. So anyhow, listen up. Bringing attention to this because it's a necessity. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your mother giving birth to you, your father checking your moms out. You understand? However it happened. You weren't there, but you're here today. And if any of your parents are still alive, appreciate the fact that they're still here. Because when they're gone, you better think about it. You'll be the next that's supposed to take on the position of the family. You understand? Family name, family energy, unless you want to be extinct. You understand? So if I were you, I would learn how to Cut all ties. Cut all situations when it comes to generational repeats. Be the person that stops all of that. Be the person that makes better decisions. Maybe they're waiting for you to be their light in their life. Maybe you are a light and you don't even know it. You understand? You could just be the light, but you have never taken the torch and actually worked on yourself. You understand? However, I can't forget those folks who are actually putting in that work. So shout out to those who actually really do the work. You understand? Shout out to those who actually really do the work, because I know what it is for someone to speak to you in a certain manner, or someone to do something that bothers you so much, but you still walk away unbothered, because that's what we're going to do. But unbothered in the sense where still love. That doesn't change you. You know, you just see the person for who they are, and that's what it is. Let it go. Moving on. It's like really that quick. You understand? Instead of being emotionally attached to every little thing that happens to you from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. That is a lot. And that's why a lot of you guys are so stressed out here. Because you're emotionally attached to everything that happens to you. And then by the time, I'm about to say something. And then by the time it's time for you to step up and show your masculine or your feminine traits to the significant other, you're exhausted. That's why a lot of these relationships out here are not working. Because you're not working on yourself. You're not letting go. Learn to let go. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you know what I say, but I'm gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it. If you have any comments, if you agree, whatever you have to say, that's what the comment space is for. Okay? Blessings to you all. Self-love. Self first. At all times. Ciao.